Every so often, something finds you when you least expect it. This is my 1992 Land Cruiser LJ78. A little rough around the edges, I must admit, but full of potential. My plan is simple: to build it into a rugged, reliable rig, capable of taking on extremely tough trails and being abused. I found it sitting quietly at a dealership, waiting. And at that moment, I knew exactly what it needed to become. For months now, we've been building overland rigs, planning trips, making films. But there's another side to this world that I've been wanting to share with you guys. The side where we get our hands dirty, where we break things just to learn to make them stronger, where we play. This is the beginning of something new, something really close to my heart, something I am just as passionate about as expedition travel. Join me as I build this Land Cruiser into a tough, rugged, reliable rig for off-roading and wheeling. It's exciting. Very, very exciting.
Big man Kwame.
It's always strange, that feeling of collecting a new car. Excitement mixed with a little bit of fear. You know, you don't quite know what you're getting yourself into. But you know it's the start of a story. It's exciting. This story, like every other story that I tell, starts with a team, starts with friends. Today I'm with Chani. He's the lead mechanic at RAC 4-wheel drive performance, and 4x4s run in his blood. And I wouldn't be buying this vehicle if Chani didn't approve. So we've come to collect it. Wait, this one looks solid, bro, but she'll need some love. We knew right away that this one wouldn't be staying stock for too long. First stop was the RAC 4-wheel drive performance workshop. We needed to figure out what I just gotten myself into. And a little bit about RAC. So RAC started as a dream between a bunch of guys who just love 4-wheel drive trucks. And somehow it's turned into this workshop that builds and maintains adventure 4x4s, constantly pushing the limits of what these rigs can do. Got a sunroof right there. Roof lining needs a lot of cleaning, but for a car from 1992, I think this is pretty good. Bluetooth enabled radio over there. Definitely gonna change up these ugly gear lever boots. Also, we're gonna do a lot of interior detailing and cleaning, and of course I'm gonna need to change the seat covers. I'm gonna try and find some original looking fabric. Spare tire, door card on that. Tailgate is non-existent. Yeah. Just be careful over here. So, oh yeah.
Yeah, you see the way the small big gap here, the small gap on that side.
Yeah.
The bush have gone, so it's shifted. So we're doing all bushes front, all in the rear. This is manual check.
So we're doing all bushes, rear and front.
Yeah, rear and front, including stabilizer links and okay, not links. These deep bushes. These links look okay, but these bushes, they're deep. And not, the front has two types of D, the big one and the small one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's two types of D bushes. Then the rear has links.
This is how the front looks. I really hate the chrome, but if you do a couple of things, it's gonna look really, really nice. I'll show you. I'll need new tires for sure. Tire size is 245 70 R16, so it's a 16-inch rims. I will maintain 16-inch the rim size, but definitely put bigger tires. Rob's Magic shocks, which are basically done. Just look at this. So I'm shaking the car right now. Look at how much wobble it has. I hope you can see that on camera. Yeah, this car wobbles. You drive it, it just wobbles all over the place. The rear tires are definitely gone. That's not a problem. I'm gonna replace that.
Now this one is leaking from this gasket here. So it's not even this seal I thought it was.
It's a gasket.
It's a gasket. And this what we'll do is when you're working on this car, we'll remove the axle shafts. Then we'll remove this, the crown wheel. We'll clean this up and do silicone. We do good quality silicone to work very nicely.
There's another leak here.
See this one here. This is the rear crankshaft seal probably, or the top cover. No, this should be the top cover gasket because rear crankshaft seal inatokeaga hapa. This is the top cover gasket. So we're going to check up there for it.
There's another leak here. See this?
Yes, the whole year. That's where the breather is supposed to be. So we need to get a breather. It's bolted on, so a breather is missing. Then this pipe dungas on it, and there's no leakage after that. So he has to check quality of oil in this one. Is it to get the dust or?
I still have no idea what engine this is. We'll need to look at the block, but it's definitely not the 2L T. So we bought the vehicle blind. The plate from factory says it's a 2LTE, but this is definitely not a 2LTE motor. From looking at it, we concluded it's either a 5L or a 3L. It typically comes from factory with an engine called the 2LT. But that engine, despite being turbocharged, can be a bit less lazy by modern standards, and I was sure, or we were sure, that it was definitely not the 2LT. It was either the 3L or the 5L. So we took it. But here's the problem. Was it the 3L or the 5L? I didn't know. But either would be better than the 2LT.
I know it's a 5L, come.
It's a 5L?
A 5L, they know the sound of these things. I see.
5L.
5L, bro.
It's a nice engine, man. Someone told me once that the engine sounds like the sound of boiling water. Deep down though, I hoped it's the 5L, which is definitely not winning a drag race by any means. It's not a fast engine at all, but it has more low-end torque than the 3L, has better cooling, and it can be fixed literally anywhere, and is very, very forgiving on bad diesel as well. And it's simple to work with. I think I've said that already. So wherever we are in the bush, I have confidence that I'm probably gonna get out. Very, 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 very minimal electronics. Hardly any, actually.
So may I have a question for you? Are you sure those 315s are too big? We have to cut.
No, unaliftiki beyond. Hii na hii inakuja kwa tairi hapa. So you lift the car very high.
But that needs shocks, taller shocks.
Coils.
It's too much.
You need longer arms. That's a very high lift.
Yeah.
You see, if you do another 2 inches, the same control arms work. Now look at it this way. This control arm is mounted here permanent, and the diff is mounted here.
Yeah.
So the higher you go, you see you're pushing the control arm down. The distance to the front is becoming bigger here.
Yeah.
You see here, it's smaller. The more you go, the lift, this becomes bigger, the distance.
Yeah.
What will happen is you need to compensate that distance, so you need to get a longer control arm. The more you lift, the more you need to push the control arm forward.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the front, remember, there's the rear also. So, as you're lifting it, these two are coming towards each other.
Yeah.
And you need to take them back far apart, so you need longer arms.
Yeah.
Some of these issues we expected, others not so much, but that's the fun of it. But I was particularly worried or focused on the 4x4 system.
I think that is our problem, is it?
On older 4x4s like this 1992 LJ78, it's actually pretty common for the low range gear lever to get stuck.
Okay, so weka high.
So
Mbele kabisa.
high. Naona kurudi neutral venye ni ngumu.
Hapo go low.
This is because these rigs usually spend most of their lives on two-wheel drive, and that lever hardly ever moves. So over time, dust, rust, old grease, they just build up, and the linkage that connects it to the transfer case just underneath, it stiffens up basically. But the fix is simple. Just use the 4x4 system. Just engage 4 high and 4 low every so often. They like to be driven and exercised. That way it keeps everything moving and lubricated. Next, we fix the shocks. Arguably the most exciting part of this build. You see, sometimes the best builds are born out of improvisation. You see, we didn't quite have everything we needed for this rig, so we decided to make them. Literally. What we had were these long travel foam cell shocks from out of the US, branded as the Skyjacker Black Max. They weren't meant for Toyota. They actually came from a lifted Jeep Wrangler that had switched over to Bilsteins. The plan? Simple. Give the LJ78 a lift and more articulation. But of course, the mounts did not match. So we got to work. This is the side of overlanding and building a 4x4 rig that most people never see. The messy, noisy, beautiful side. Done the welding nicely. Next up, tires. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. Get good tires. They're arguably the most important tool for safe, effective off-road driving experience. And at the very least, make sure that you get all terrains. For this build, I went for the Cooper ST. Size was a 285/75 R16, which is basically a 33-inch tire. Well, guys, thank you for being with me this far. You see, every build has a story, and this one's just getting started. From the moment I first saw the LJ78, I knew it was meant to be a story. It was special. In fact, there are not too many in the market right now. They're very hard to find. And it's not meant to be a showpiece. It's meant to be used, even abused. It's meant to be a tool, something to learn from, to push, to break, and to rebuild. They're meant for the trails, truly. Over the coming months, we'll take it out on the trails, test it, find out what it's really made of. See if whatever modifications we've put into it stand the test of time. But, you know, this doesn't mean that the long, wild expeditions across Africa with the Prado J120 are over. Together, these two stories represent both sides of what I love about 4x4s. On one side, tells the story of adventure, of journeys that take us further than before, where we get to see what we are privileged with in this continent, in this world, the wildlife, the beautiful sunsets, the people that live there, and everything in between. And the other side is where we build, experiment, push this vehicle, and others who will join me to push these vehicles to their limits. So if you've made it this far, welcome. You're now part of the story, and I can't wait to show you what's next.